to another episode of Queer, Black and Awkward. My name is Orion, and thank you for tuning in. As always, you can locate the podcast on all the platforms you listen to podcasts on, and don't be shy to leave a rating. It helps me out. Today, on today's episode, I have with me he's too busy being disgusted by what's in his cup. Introduce yourself.
Hi everybody. My name is Richie, or Rich Senbo, or just Senbo. Yeah, and I'm the guest for today.
Tell the listeners something. One fact about yourself.
Let me see. What a fact about myself. I love K-pop and anime.
Okay.
I'm like a Asian nerd junkie person for those things, like K-pop dramas, Korean dramas, K-pop animes, all that, mangas. Yeah.
What can you tell me what's like your top K-pop group today?
Today would be Blackpink. Yeah, Blackpink, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard like a bit about them because of what's her name? That American pop singer.
Oh, Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a song with her.
Yeah, they do. So before I get started, I usually ask my guests what's their mood and color. So I'll go first, okay, and then I'll let you think about it. So my mood today is low-key ecstatic. And my color is red, since I'm wearing red. What's your mood and color?
So my mood, I'd say I'm in a good mood, very pleasant. And color, the color doesn't have to like coincide with the mood, does it?
No, just like the color that you feel in this moment, that you identify with.
Very cerulean blue.
Okay. You're the second guest that said cerulean.
Ooh.
So that's interesting. So to get started, I would like to, if you don't mind, let us know where you're from. Are you originally from Toronto? Or?
No. So I was, so technically I was born in Etobicoke, which is technically Toronto. And then my parents moved to Mississauga. And then from Mississauga, I grew up in Brampton. And now I'm back in Toronto.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much a GTA person.
GTA. Okay.
Yeah.
And growing up, were you always interested in like dancing and fashion? Or do you remember like the age that you gravitated?
So dance, I've been dancing for a really long time actually. My mom signed me up for dance I think when I was like 6 or 7, and she just did it as like something for me to do because I had like pent up energy. And I wasn't like the most athletic person, like I would do track, but that's about it until I got into high school. And then fashion came on grade 9. Yeah, grade 9 when I started, was it fashion class? No, fashion class was grade 12. I did something in grade 9, and I don't remember what it was. The project was to design something, and then I learned the sketches, learned how to draw the maquis, and then from then I've always been interested in doing fashion design and stuff like that.
And can you tell me like in like the fashion like point of view, were there like any models or I don't know, fashion designers or products or something like caught your eye and maybe you wanted to like delve into it more?
From then?
Yeah. Or like even like further on.
Well, from grade 9 also, like that's when I started getting into K-pop, and because of how the K-pop aesthetic is, like their fashion I want to say is ahead of the American fashion. So usually it tends to be like they if you see their music videos, see what they're wearing, like you'll be like, oh cool, and then you see what we're wearing here and you're just like, why are we dressed like this if they're dressed like that, type of thing. So from me watching the music videos and getting into the music from the dance classes, it just opened my eyes, because like their fashion is so amazing, like it's ridiculously amazing, like they're so well put together. It's breathtaking almost.
I know, right? It's just like, where does these ideas come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like the way down to the way they do their makeup even is just so different.
Yeah.
So like I looked up online, and like from what I've heard as well, like the first in Toronto, from what I can see, like the first house that was ballroom, like the ballroom culture, the first house that was found there was the house of Monroe.
Yes.
Right, in like the early 2000s. And like one of the founders is also, if the viewers don't know, Riich is a part of a house.
Yep, part of Sembo Magnifique, part of the house of Magnifique.
So like one of the founders of that house, right? Seven.
Yep, the founder.
The founder.
Seven. Yes, the founder of our house, Seven Magnifique. He was the one who kind of curated and brought ballroom to Toronto. He's the one who introduced ballroom to Toronto. He's the pioneer for Toronto, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like the first house that he built was Monroe, right?
The first real scene house, the house in Monroe, because the Kiki scene and the real scene are two different lanes. The Kiki scene is like the Kiki scene would be like elementary school. Okay. And then like the real scene is like university. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
So the ballroom, yes. so there's a difference between like ballroom and then Kiki.
No. So everything is under the ballroom umbrella.
Okay.
So like for example, if let me think. For example, this is the private school. So the private school is the ballroom umbrella, and then when you're in the Kiki scene, you'll go up from like grade 1 to like the end of high school. Very much like you'll start off, you'll get used to your categories, branch out to different categories, take different classes, learn what you want to learn, build your craft, and then by like the end of high school, you should at least know what you're doing. So like you'll know where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and things like that. And then the real scene, you can go in the real scene while you're in the Kiki scene, but it's best to like make sure you know what you're doing before you just jump into the real scene, because it's 10 times more serious. So that's university or college. Like that literally is the shit. Like that's it.
Okay. Is it like the difference is like the judges more lenient in the Kiki scene?
Yeah, like judging is a lot more different, because like in the real scene it's like you have legends on the panels, you have icons on the panels, and like they know they've been doing it for years upon years upon years. Like if you come down and they see you don't have your shit together, they'll just chop you. Kiki scene, like they'll be like, okay, like if you're newer to the scene, they'll be like, okay, you know, you're trying out, we'll give you a pass, but you may still lose the battle because again you're newer to the category. But at least like the whole purpose of the Kiki scene is to build and teach and create and like get you to find where you want to be in the ballroom scene, if you want to be in the ballroom scene. If not, then you'll know by the end of the first 2 balls if you want to be there or not. And then the purpose for moving up there is to learn your craft, learn your categories, learn any more categories you want to do, and then excel in it and try and become legend.
Okay.
In the Kiki scene.
Because like I was reading that online and I was like, what is the difference? So it's just like you were saying, it's like Kiki's just like for play.
Well, no,
or do you still win awards?
Yeah, you still win awards, you still win trophies. Like there's still of the years, especially in Toronto. We have of the years, we have house of the year, we have in your category, if you're the person who won the most, you get a of the year for that. But like the real scene is just like the real deal. Like it's where you want to strive to get to in the ballroom scene. And like some people are just fine being legends in the Kiki scene, and then there's some people that are in like real houses that are like working their way to get to be legends in the real scene. Like it's a progress. Everything's a progress.
Okay. Can you tell me like how houses are built, like the levels? Like you said there's like the fodder.
Oh, so
like, what's like the breakdown after?
Okay, so usually the houses will be like Sometimes they're like, for our house we have a founder, Seven, and he's the one who then decided to have two parents for our house. We have a father currently, and then we have, after that we have godparents. So we have two godparents, and then we have a prince and princess. They're the chain of command in the house, and then sometimes there's an overseer who oversees things. It just depends on the people in the house and who the founder or parents feel is best suited to handle the extra responsibilities. So like, for example, with me, I don't have a title in the house, but I pretty much deal with like all the background stuff. So I'm like, I would say I'm like the administrator of the House of Magnifique with another member. But like, I'm also a senior because I've been in the scene for about 6 years now. What, 2018? Yeah, we're in 2019. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Almost 6 years, 7 years. Holy shit. Yeah. So I've been in the ballroom scene, the Kiki scene, for a while. So I'm a senior in the house, but I'm still like learning. Sorry, I'm still learning my categories, learning my craft, better honing my craft, and also trying to branch into other categories, because I pretty much, like, my end goal or my end idea with the Kiki scene is to be able to walk at least 3 categories and walk them well. Yeah.
Okay, so do you only walk in a Kiki scene now, or do you?
No, I've walked real balls also. I have walked a couple real balls. I haven't won in Toronto. Yeah, I haven't won in Toronto at all. In real balls. I've gotten through, gotten my 10s. I've battled. I always lose. But again, that's when I was younger. Like, I haven't walked a real ball in a while. Like, I'm trying to walk the Black Liberation Ball, which is going to be on February 2nd, I think, at Harbourfront. So I'm focused on that right now and getting my stuff together to walk.
What is your category?
So currently I walk, for the House of Magnifique, I walk best dressed, fashion categories. So best dressed, Kiki labels, anything to do with fashion. And I'm also in the duration of my time in the scene, I've walked Schoolboy Realness. I currently walk runway. I'm learning performance still, or at least I'm trying to better learn performance, or like fine-tune my performance before I actually debut, because I have walked performance before. Yes, I've walked performance once or twice, and I didn't win, but I got through my 10s. But again, I'm trying to be better, so at least I know, or at least have the confidence in myself to know that I can win, or at least strive to win. Like, I know, because I haven't walked it in a while, I'm very much trying to like make sure that I feel more confident in it, because like best dressed it's not easy, but again, it's fashion, so I know how to dress myself. I know if I need to look a certain way, I know what I need to look a certain way to win that category, versus like performance, like I know the elements, but again, if everything doesn't flow, it doesn't make sense, it all needs to be a cohesive story pretty much when you're walking performance.
You mentioned some few categories. What is Schoolboy Realness?
Schoolboy Realness is wow. I walked that. That was my first category actually. And I remember when I joined the House of Poochie, they had me walk it, and they cut my hair off, which I was so upset about, because I had to look very much like younger, so I had to like shave my face down and have like a cute little fade and everything, and look all cute like I'm going to school. But Schoolboy is pretty much the way I've understood it is it's you passing for a straight person or a straight male in normal society, but you're like a schoolboy, so like you're going to school. So like usually when I walk, I have a backpack, or I'm wearing my glasses, I have books in my hand, like I'm very much giving like I'm going to class. And because of my physical aesthetic already, like I give off very nerdy, very quirky, so like I would always be like the nerdy school kid going to class. That's how they would always want me to be perceived. Or yeah, that's pretty much how I'd walk. I'd have my glasses on, and I'd have like a school shirt on, the uniform pants, dress shoes, a backpack, some books, very much that. Sometimes headphones, depending on again what I'm trying to give. But yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Can you like, for people who doesn't know like the ballroom scene, can you list like all the categories that would be at a ballroom scene? And is there a difference between like the categories in the Kiki scene and the ballroom scene as well?
Well, there's a shitload of categories, but like in the Kiki scene, like in both the categories from the real scene and the Kiki scene, they both cross over. So like you'll have someone who's legendary sex siren in the kiki scene, and then they'll walk sex siren in the real scene. So like everything just crosses over because they're all pretty much the same categories. But for example, let me think. In the TKBA, the Toronto Kiki Ballroom Alliance, we have a set amount of categories, and then there's always extra categories that can always be added because again, categories are whatever the ball holder wants to make them pretty much.
Who's the bar holder? Like the one that runs the whole thing, I guess?
Oh no, the person who's holding the ball. So like for example, on January 27th, my house founder, Seven, he's having a ball. He's having a kiki ball at the 519, and like he's the ball holder and he has categories. And like for example, we have what are the categories again? We have mother versus father best dressed, which is pretty much like best dressed, which I walk, which is a fashion category, which usually calls for like evening wear. But again, it's only specifically for his ball. He's only having the mothers versus the fathers. So like the house parents, anyone with a title in the house, their walk. That's the category they're going to walk, and no one else can walk. So like for example, I can't walk that because again, I'm not like I don't have a title in the house. But like there's other categories that I can walk. So for example, like he has open tall runway, which is runway, pretty much running down. Sorry, not running, walking down the runway. Like you're on a fashion show, pretty much. And there's like different types of runways. So we have female figure runway, European runway, and then all American runway. Female figure is a woman walking runway, pretty much like Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, like giving that. European runway is now just a butch queen, which is a gay boy doing the same thing. And then all American is literally like male modeling, so you're pretty much walking down the runway like Tyson Beckford, very much giving that vibe.
Okay.
What else is there? Body. Another category has is open to all body versus sex siren, which is body is very much about physique. So let us see that your body is like toned, you have muscles, your body's like if everything's proportioned, like everything like that. Sex siren is pretty much what it sounds like. Sex siren, you need to make me see you and make me want to like sleep with you type of thing, like sell sex. Let me sit there and fantasize about doing things to you or you doing things to me type of thing. Even though that's very explicit, but that's how I always understood it. Another category we have performance, which is voguing. Realness, which is usually broken down into 4 categories. Realness is schoolboy realness. What's the other ones? Drags realness. Pretty boy realness. There's another one. I don't remember right now. But pretty much schoolboy, like I said, is what I used to walk, giving that you're a passing schoolboy or schoolgirl in society. Drag's realness is pretty much you're in drag, and we can't tell that you're in drag. You need to come as like we'll see you, and if you're in drags as a guy, we can't tell you're a guy. If you're coming in drags as a woman, we can't tell that you're a woman. Like you need to be undeniably that gender. Pretty boy realness is, how do I explain it? You're just one of those pretty.
You have like a pretty face, right?
Well, yeah, but if you say you have to be pretty, that sounds very like
vain.
Yeah, but it's very much as like you have like for example, I hate using him as an example, but like Chris Brown, he would walk pretty boy realness if anything. Like he give. Oh my God, the other category is thug realness. That's what it is. Sorry, but yeah, Chris Brown would give pretty boy realness. He's pretty. He's cute little smile. All those things that people like. And then thug realness is pretty much
you gotta be a thug.
You need to bring it as a thug. What other categories are for the ball? Performance, runway, best dressed, realness. There's something else and I can't remember right now, and it's horrible because I actually wrote the categories with Seven. Like I organized them. I can't remember right now. But also there's like I was saying, the categories that may change. Like for example, for his ball, he has a category called Grand Prize of the House, which is pretty much you have to bring it as a family portrait with your house members. And that's about it. Like it's a family portrait. You need to let the judges see that you guys look like a family. Like let us see that you're a family, and that's not a normal category we usually have. So like it's gonna count. It does obviously. It's what he wanted, so it obviously is a part of the ball.
Yeah.
But like is not a normal category.
Okay.
And there's other ones like fashion, like as a house, sit that bitch, femme to him. Like there's all these other categories that are there, and they're used randomly. But again, it just depends on who's having the ball and if they want that category and they know how to work it into whatever the story of the ball is.
Okay, so the ball, like these balls are not random. So there's
there's
like a theme or a story.
Usually, yeah, because the themes usually coincide with the theme coincides with the categories and what each category calls for.
Okay.
Usually, because the categories usually call for things, unless it's like a simple ball, like a colors ball, and it's like bring it in red or bring it in blue or bring it, like those are the simple balls. But like there's balls where it's like, oh, you're an alien from this place, bring it as this, let us know you're an alien. Like there's these random, it's not random, but like there's far out explanations that you have to like sit down and actually like put your head to work to make your effect, to give what the judges are, what the category calls for, and for the judges to see what the category calls for in your effect, because if they don't, they'll just chop you.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna read you some ballroom terms, and I'm gonna test your knowledge to see if you know what it is. Don't look at my computer screen. I saw you peeping. So I'm gonna go easy, and then we'll go. So what is chance? Chance, like CHANT.
Oh, chanting. That's pretty much like what the commentator does on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, and I'm not doing an example because I can't. I'm not a commentator.
What is it? Like walk. What is it? The one that's like saying like that, saying something while the music is playing.
Yeah, that's what the commentator does. So they'll be like on the mic and they'll be like making all these noises or saying things and like all those things. Like they'll be doing those. That's chanting pretty much.
Do you have one in your in the House of Magnifique?
Commentator, yeah, 7 would be the commentator for the house.
Okay,
but he definitely is trying to get other commentators in the house, yeah, or trying to teach others how to commentate.
Has he come up to you?
Oh yeah, of course, but it's a work in progress.
It's a work in. Okay, the next word, clocked.
What the fuck?
Clocked. Like, oh, I clocked her, honey.
I've never heard that.
She's clocked.
I've never. Yeah, no.
No, to be called out or have emphasis put on something you're wearing or doing, i.e., I'm glad you clocked Tasha for that hair. It looks terrible.
Oh.
Do you?
No, we don't use that here.
You don't?
If we do, I've never heard anybody use it here. Cause no.
Okay.
That's interesting.
The next word is femme queen. What is a femme queen?
Pretty much, or at least from my understanding, it is who can I think of a femme queen in the? Like it's a butch queen, but it's a butch queen that's like done like a femme queen. So very much, you're like in guiche.
Okay. Well, from what I see here, it says a trans woman. Categories with these descriptions are for trans women only.
Oh shit! Yes, that is right. Oh, that's wrong. Shame.
It's okay.
Mind you though, yeah, because I'm like, I swear guys can be femme queens if they're in guiche. But okay, that's drag, so I guess it's different.
Next one is legendary children. What does that mean?
Legendary children? What the fuck? Children from a legend?
Legendary children.
Yeah, a legend's children, like the legend's child. Like I don't know. I've never heard that. That pretty much gives Destiny's Child to me in my head very much.
It's an up and coming members of the ballroom community.
Okay. Well, we don't call them that, but okay.
What do you call it?
We would just be up and coming legend.
Up and coming legend
in the Kiki scene, at least. Yeah, they'd be the up and coming legends in the Kiki scene.
Okay.
And this pretty much is people that haven't been deemed legendary yet, but they're on their way to being deemed legendary, or they've been in the scene so long that they should have legendary status by now already.
Okay. What about pay it?
Oh, child, that's just like just forget it, move on. Like, girl, just pay it. It's not even worth it. Not worth the time.
It is. That's a Pay it no mind.
This drink in the beginning was
the water diluted. By the way, if you're listening and you're not watching on YouTube, he has like a whole cup of concoction, some hard ass liquor.
Yeah.
And I just put some ice in his cup.
Yeah, because
So that's the vibe that he's on. What about let's see. Serving.
very much giving like I served you, like I only in my head is very much giving like, okay, we battled, you tried, but I served you, girl. Like you know better. Don't do that, because you know I'll always serve you. And then in my head I go to volleyball, so like you're serving the volleyball, so like you're taking command and controlling whatever's going on, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's not what it's going to equal to the definition.
No, but like it weighs. It's like the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's like basically when you're bringing like your A game and your and you know that you're the shit, and then like you're living your best life. So that's what it equates to. So the last one. Let me see. I'm going to give you something hard. Hopefully. I used it all. Okay, let's say fuck. Okay, virgin.
Oh, that's exactly what it means. You're a virgin. Like, this is your first time walking your category. And you're virgin Vogue, virgin runway, virgin anything, but it's your first time, and this will pretty much pop your cherry.
Okay. Vogue femme.
Vogue femme is pretty much women's performance.
Yeah. Damn. That's it. That's all I got. You did good. You answered like you had like what, maybe 2-3 wrong.
Yeah, because I've never heard no damn legendary children in my life. What the? Ugh.
It's all right. You win some, you lose some. So do you remember the age that you said that you've been in this game for a while and now you're a senior citizen? Do you remember your first house you joined?
Yes. So the first house I joined was the House of Poochie, and oh god, I'm so old now. Well, common sense, count backwards. So 19. I just finished high school and I was in college, and my best friend, who's also in my house, Magnifique, Prince Saya, he invited me to come to Poochie practice. And when I came to Poochie practice, they were like, yeah, sure, join the house. What do you want to walk? And I'm like, I don't know anything about this. And they taught me. Seven was also the I believe he was Seven was the father at the time of the house. He was Father Poochie, and he pretty much is like, yeah, sure, come. And then I came, went to practices, started to learn Vogue, started to learn runway, but my category was realness at the time. Like, they wanted me to walk realness until I got more into other stuff and dabbled and seen what I wanted. Yeah. Oh, Poochie. Oh, I missed the house.
What other houses
have I been in?
In the course of the years.
After Poochie, I moved into the house of Pink Lady, because my auntie, who's now the mother Pink of Toronto, Slim Thick, she told me to come over to Pink Lady. And when I started walking fashion categories in Pink Lady, I started getting into best dressed and runway, and then now I'm in House of Magnifique. But I was in Pink Lady for a long, like holy shit, like 4 years. I was in Pink Lady. Yeah, I was in for like a year in Poochie, 4 years in Pink Lady, and now Magnifique hasn't even been around for a year, so maybe like 5 years in Pink Lady. But I was in Pink Lady for like a while.
Okay.
Yeah, like even when the like members started to go to other houses, like I was like ride or die for Pink Lady. Yeah. So
did the house just like?
Oh no, Pink Lady's still around. I just like I told my auntie and my gay mother now, who's also who was the other mother of Pink Lady, because there was two mothers. It was we had Mother Slim Thick and then we had Mother Ice. But now what I told them when I was leaving was that I want to just go and learn, because again, like because of how we were walking in the house, we were a fashion house very much. We gave runway and we gave best dress, and I wanted to learn performance. And because they both have their own respective categories, Slim Thick is body, she's fashion, she walks body, she walks best dress, she walks what else does she walk? She walks big girl sex siren, she walks a lot of things pretty much. And then my other mother, Ice, she's sex. She literally is sex. Like Ice is sex. So like the two of them weren't able to teach me performance, and we know this, so we tried to get people to come in and teach performance to me, but like people are very like, you know, come to our house, blah blah blah, why don't you come to our house, we'll just teach you at our house instead of you staying in Pink Lady type of thing. Okay. So when I left Pink Lady in what was it, July or August, I don't even remember, but when I left, it was like everyone was like gagging because they're like, wait, Richie left? Richie, who's been with you guys for like 10 years, he finally left? But like Pink Lady's still booming, they're still here. Slim is the only mother now, she's by herself, but like she's not by herself, she's the leading mother of the house, but she's taking charge, she has kids, she's still running the house perfectly well and everything.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you need to leave the nest.
Yep, to go and learn more things.
For sure. Can you tell me, like, in the course of like going through all these different houses, can you tell me like the lessons that you have learned and that you have applied to like this new house, positive or negative?
No, because you said it, and in my head I started singing the Ariana Grande song, Thank You Next.
Oh,
I was like, one taught me love, one taught me patience, one taught me pain. But no, they just they all pretty much taught me literally to get to where I am now. So very much like Poochie was like my stepping stone, and it got me off the ground. Learning ballroom, I learned other categories, able to see other categories, see what I want to step into. And then Pink Lady like pushed me into that very much with the fashion categories, and also helped me build a lot of confidence because I was with them for so long. So like I was always walking as a Pink, so like I had that support from Slim and Ice, and Twisted at the time when he was a part of the house, and like between that and then moving my way up to now Magnifique, like because of I'm more aware of myself, what I want, what I don't want, and like my confidence level in my skills is a lot worse, because now not worse as in bad, but like worse as in like worse as in like good, because now I'm like, I know exactly what I want, I know exactly what I'm striving to do, and I know how to achieve it. I just need to get to the achieve part. So Magnifique is going to help me get there. I know they will, because they've been helping me thus far, and it's been good. And also each house again teaches you family, right? Each house has a different dynamic of family, but it's still all family. So each house is a family. And then also because our scene is not as like big as like the scenes in the States, I see everybody still. So like for example, all the Poochie members that I had in Poochie, they're all in other houses, or they're in Magnifique. So like I see them, like it's not like we don't see each other or we're on other sides of the country or things. Like I will see them regardless in my everyday life, at ballroom events, at the club, because again the Toronto gay scene it's big, but it's not big.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like it's still small because like everyone knows each other
pretty much, or everybody knows about you type of thing.
Okay, so we're coming towards the ending of the podcast. And towards the ending, I always ask my guests what's their queer and awkward moment. So it doesn't have to be queer, just an awkward moment that happened during your lifetime. So I can go first and then you can go after. So let me see. So I work for a bank. I'm not going to say which one, but I lost my card. And
your access card or your
no like my bank card. Oh, right? So I'm trans, I didn't do all my paperwork changes, whatever yet, so my legal name is still
your legal name.
So when I lose my card, and you know, now I work for a bank, and then now it's like this awkward situation where I need to call in, and obviously my voice is deeper now, and like on my file it says female because that's what it legally says, and I can't change it until I change whatever, do all of that paperwork. So then in the past, like I called in and I was dreading to do this, But I called in to get a new debit card, and the person that answered, of course, it was somebody I knew that worked with me. So then they opened my file, and I was just like, oh God. And they were like asking me some, when they don't believe it's you, they ask you additional questions. So I'm just there like answering every single one of them correctly because it's me, but like obviously because my voice is deep, so they're thinking it's like it's imposter and it's not actually me just trying to do my transaction. But yeah, so that was like an awkward moment for me because I'm just like, wow, I have to go through this right now. It's not cute. So what is your queer?
I didn't even think about work as an example,
awkward
but
moment.
now that I have, well, I mean, work is chill because I also work for a bank. I'm not going to say the bank, but we are competitor bankers. Or we work for competitive banks. But I remember one time my mom invited me to go to church with her, and everyone you said YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's watching on YouTube. I mean, everyone who's not watching on YouTube. So right now my hair is an ombre of black to teal, and I love changing my hair. So my hair is always different colors. So I remember my mom invited me to church, and at the time my hair was like, I had these blue dreads, these blue long dreads, like down into my back, like maybe like 22 inches. So my mom invited me to go to church, and I said, well, I don't really want to go because I'm not trying to deal with the church people because I have no manners and I'll just cuss them out, and I don't really want to do all that. But she's like, oh, just come, I'm sick and blah 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 blah, and you haven't been to church with me and all these things. I'm like, okay, sure, mom, whatever. So I went, and I get there, and I get there, and we sit in her section because she's one of the nurses at church, so she has like a section. So we sat in her section, and I'm sitting there chilling, minding my business, had my contacts in, so my eyes were blue, chilling in the section quietly. Everyone's peeping their head trying to see who it is. Oh, it's brother me. Yes, it's me. Sitting down there with my mom quietly. After service, oh wait, no, sorry, before after service, in the middle of service, because my mother's a little she's just pain. She went and told pastor I was coming to church. So pastor called me up on stage. He's like, hey, brother so and so's back. And I'm like, oh God, go up on stage with my long hair in my back,
I hate when they do that. When it's like it's been a long time that you haven't been back, and then it's just like this whole homecoming, and then I was like, your whole name
and I was like,
on blast.
I'm like, I ain't gonna be here long, but sure. And even worse, I didn't dress for church, so I was very much given like track pants and like a t-shirt and like a hat, because I was like, I'll come with you, but I'm not putting on no church clothes. So I went up on stage, and he's like, how have you been? I'm like, oh, I'm good. Hey guys, hey church family, how you guys doing? And he's like, oh, what is this in your hair? Your hair blue now. And I'm like, oh God, are your eye blue? I'm like, oh Jesus. Yeah, contacts tell me see, because I'm blind, and I mean blue hair because blue is my favorite color, and I like having different hair. So you go dye your hair, or this fake hair, you put in a weave? I was like, yes, pastor, it's fake hair, it's pretty much a weave. Yep. Okay, well, as long as you're good. And then I walked back to the seat, sat down, looked at my mom, gave her an evil glare, sat quiet for the rest of the service. As soon as church was done and we gave the benediction, I got up so quick, couldn't even get to the door. Nope. Everyone wants to stop me, ask me how I've been, ask me about my hair, all these things. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so fast. Like, let me just leave church, please. But yeah, that's the moment. Like, I was just like, ugh, church. And I haven't gone back. Mind you, she keeps asking me to come back, and I most likely will, because now I just don't care. But like the first time doing it, I was just like, I don't want to even ask any questions. Not even traumatizing. I'm just like, y'all just leave me alone. Like, I'm here because my mom. Literally, I'm only here because my mom asked me to come. Like, I don't want to see any of you, excluding like the people that are in my church family. But like, and they know about my business. So like, because I'm very vocal about my business. But like, they know I like men. They know I have a boyfriend. Like all these things. So like, very much like they're aware. But like the other church people, it's just like, leave me alone, people.
Thank you all for tuning in this week's episode. Thank you, Riich, for joining me on this week's episode. I learned a lot about the ballroom scene, and I'm definitely going to the 27th. Yeah.
And I mean, if you guys want to follow me on social media, I guess you guys can.
Plug it in.
Snapchat, Riich Senbo. Instagram, Riich Senbo. Twitter, Riich Zenbo and Facebook Riich Zenbo. So I mean, like, they're all the same. You can't mess it up. Oh wait, Riich is 2 I's in all of them. So RIICHSENBO.
Perfect. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay awkward.